Alright, so it's been a while since I've done a Jeep update, and my Jeep is happily parked up in the garage, out of the weather, and it looks great, and I'm just thrilled to death with it. I've still got some upcoming Jeep videos. Like I've mentioned in other videos, I've got a pinion seal, or actually two pinion seals to fix, but I haven't got there yet. It's winter. It's the end of January, and it's really cold. So I'm down in the basement. I just had this garage door put in. If you've been following along with the Camaro build, you know that. And the Camaro's sitting right over there, so I got the Camaro out of the garage, and I got the Jeep in the garage. So while I was getting the basement cleaned up and rearranged a little bit so I have room for the car to fit in here, I came across a box of Jeep parts, and these parts are left over from my Jeep build, and I don't really know what to do with them. So I'm going to give them away to you guys, the viewers and subscribers to my channel. Alright, with any giveaway there's some rules, I guess, associated with it, and I'm not real big on rules when it comes to my Jeep. I like to just kind of have fun with it and go with it, but two rules. These are pretty simple rules. So one, actually three rules. So three rules. One, you have to be a subscriber to my channel. Two, you have to be the first one to email me saying, can I have that part, or yes, I want that part. And number three is I'm going to give away three different things, and only one giveaway per person, so not one person's going to get all three things. And I've got a lot more parts than this to give away, but this is going to be the first segment of, Jeep parts giveaway, and then we'll do another one a little bit later. And I guess maybe rule number 4, or maybe consideration number 4, is just give me a little bit of time to get these things shipped out. But if you are the first one to email me, you're a subscriber to the channel, I'll email you back and say, please send me your shipping address, and then I'll ship them out to you and send you the tracking number, and I promise you I'll get them out to you. One of the parts is a little bit on the larger side, and I don't really have a box to fit it. The other two things are pretty small, and I can throw those in a box and get those out a little bit quicker. But give me a couple of weeks to get those things shipped out. All right, so let me show you guys the first item, and it's not this. This is my cold Bud Light here, and I'm just sitting here enjoying this. Let me take a swig of this, and then I'll show you the first item I'm giving away. Alright, so first up is this Radiator Shroud, and they actually do still make these Radiator Shrouds. This is from my 258, and because I swapped over to a 350, I don't need this. And I've seen these things for sale, and I think they're a little bit north of about $100. So this one is the original one out of my Jeep, out of my '83 CJ7, and it mates up to the the factory radiator for a 258 straight 6. It's not perfect, but it's in pretty good shape, and if anybody needs one of these, be the first one to email me, and it'll save you $100 plus, because I'll ship it out to you for free. Alright, the next thing I have here is a drop Pitman Arm, and this is a Pitman Arm for power steering. It's got the grooves in there in that hole, and it's a 4-inch drop Pitman Arm. And the reason that I have this, and this is brand new by the way, I've never mounted this on my Jeep or anything. The reason that I have this is because it came with my BDS suspension. When I bought that suspension lift, it came with it as a kit, and you couldn't delete it out or anything like that. And I had already put a drop Pitman Arm on my Jeep because it was already lifted and it didn't have the right, steering geometry and all that. So I went ahead and put that drop Pitman Arm on there well before I bought the lift. I bought the lift, the BDS lift, so this is a BDS drop Pitman Arm, brand new, never been used, and I've seen these things on eBay for $50 or so, but if you try to buy these things brand new, they're 70 to $80. So it'll save you 70 to $80 if you need one of these. Shoot me an email. All right, and item number 3, and the last item, is these More off-road shackles. Now that's Mountain Off-Road Enterprises. I don't know how well you guys can see these things. Now these are for an '83 CJ7 with the 2-inch springs. If you've converted to the 2.5-inch springs in the front, you're not going to be able to use these. These are factory replacements, and I can tell you, I don't know if you can see how thick that metal is. So the factory leaf spring hangers are really weak in comparison to these, And I'll tell you why I have these. I bought these brand new. These retail for, I don't know, 70, 80 bucks, something like that. And when I had my BDS lift installed, the guy said, when I went to pick up the Jeep, he gave me a box of parts back, and I'm like, well, you didn't put on the front, spring hangers. And he said, well, we couldn't do it because it was going to require us to cut one of these gussets out, and we just don't do that here. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't do that here? And it was a disappointment. Let me say it like that. And I covered this in a prior Jeep update. But anyways, so left over from my build are these they're front leaf spring hangers, super heavy duty, never been used. And again, retail price about 80 bucks, something like that. It could be a little bit more, a little bit less. Free to you. If you need these things, shoot me an email. So this is the first time that I've done any kind of giveaway like this, and it was kind of fun to do, to try to give back a little bit. The Jeep community is a really cool group of people, and I don't think there's any other vehicle that you can drive where you drive down the road, even an old CJ, because I drive my Jeep down the road, and even the new Jeeps, everybody waves to you, or they give you the steering wheel, thumbs up or whatever. And I get compliments on my Jeep everywhere I go. You guys have supported me all along the way with this Jeep build. I get consistently good feedback on my Camaro build, as that's kind of in the beginning stages. And the Jeep took 3.5 years to build, and I didn't really know where I was going with it from the beginning, and it kind of developed into what it is today, and I have zero regrets, and met a lot of cool people along the way. I've met some people through YouTube, and that sounds kind of weird, but it's just really cool. So I'm really glad to do this. It's a lot of fun, and I've got many more parts to give away, and those will be coming up in future episodes. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is kind of different for me, but again, fun to do, fun to give back, and again, I'd rather see these parts going to good use than sitting in a box. So thanks for checking out the video. Really appreciate your support, and as always, thanks for watching.